Commissioner Tom Bernabei for a couple days yet, till midnight on the 31st. And right after that, you get sworn in as Mayor of Canton.
I will.
So today's event, your replacement, surprised?
I don't know that I'm surprised. I knew that the commissioners were seeking, a replacement that could both serve well and serve capably in the position, but also, mute any potential for, litigation. I don't think that we needed any further litigation if it can, in fact, be avoided. I think that David Bridenstine is an excellent choice. I missed the beginning. I came into the meeting late, so I missed the beginning of the conversation as to the reasons why in some parts of that discussion and so forth. But I understand and fully support David's appointment. He's been a lawyer here in our office for several years. We've had a great relationship. He understands county business. He understands the roles of the commissioners. And I've known him for a long, long time as a prosecutor in Bob Horowitz's office previously, as well as in John Ferrero's office. So David is an excellent choice professionally, and since he is not a candidate for the office, I think that moves some of the issues with regard to potential litigation that would have favored one party or the other in the general election. So I think that it is an excellent choice, and I look forward to Stark County government continuing forward in an excellent manner.
Well, ever since you and Commissioner Creighton came on board back in with the election of 2010, things have really picked up with Stark County government. Going back now, looking back, it's been quite a run for yourself, Commissioner Creighton, Commissioner Reagan, and before him,
Dr. Ferguson.
Dr. Ferguson. So, care to reflect just a little bit on those times?
It's been enjoyable serving with them. Obviously my initial term, began with Janet. She's been a tremendous partner in the commissioner's office. Again, we had some very, very large hurdles and large issues to overcome in that first several years, involving the litigation with the treasurer's office and the missing money, and then, of course, the failed sales tax and the remnants of the earlier failed sales tax, but the expiration of the sales tax also. When I say the failed sales tax, in fact, the previous commissioners had imposed a sales tax which had been, repealed by the voters. We still had a 0.25% in place, but then that was due to expire. So we had some serious financial problems and some serious other problems as well, and we've just been successful in overcoming that. Again, my thanks every day to the voters of Stark County for supporting us, and for, in particular, supporting the sales tax which was enacted. I think we have a great set of elected officials in place now. I think that the best thing that we've been able to do and bring to county government were the hiring of probably 5 or 6 or 7, I'd have to count them to look at them specifically, new department heads, including a county administrator to replace Mike Hankey, who did an excellent job, but Grant Luther has done a wonderful job. Chris Nichols in finance has done a great job. We have a great office staff, everybody here in the commissioner's office, and many of them are new faces, do an excellent job. But the department heads, really, they are the ones that run county government. They run government at all levels, and we are very indebted to the work that they do each and every day. They're of a very high quality, and they have made the operations of government much better. But again, we have a great relationship with all of the other elected officials, with the judiciary and so forth, and everybody really has pulled together, without divisiveness and or other issues that could exist and do exist in many places. And so it's been a great ride, and we'll miss it.
I was going to say, do you have any regrets about moving on?
No regrets, other than you're sorry to leave old friends, and they will continue to be old friends, and I hope that we will maintain a good and close relationship. I'm very hopeful that my relationship that's been established with many of the department heads and elected officials in county government can help us with regard to the relationship between county and city government. I hope that there's many things that we will be able to work on together, because again, we need to make all of government more efficient, And I think that shared services and other ideas that we can develop between county and city government are a way to make government more efficient.
Looking back through all that you've been through, establishing yourself as an independent, a political independent, was it worth it?
Absolutely. It was always worth it. I believe that Kansas City government, needed new leadership. That was my position from the beginning. I didn't know for sure in that kind of an election whether you win or lose, but I felt it was a choice that I made to give the voters a choice in it. I think at the other point was a philosophical approach to it, and that was to my family and to my children and to my grandchildren and to myself, and that is if you care about something and if you want to make a commitment towards something, make a commitment and do it at your fullest, and do it at whatever cost it may be to you, as long as it's a good and valid and legitimate thing to do, and deal with the consequences. So I always had that outlook on this entire race, on the entire process, and I hope that the future 4 years will bring good things to Canton and to our citizens. And again, as I thank the voters for helping us in Stark County government, I thank them for electing me to the office of mayor, and I will do my very, very best.
Are you beginning to form an impression of what ails Canton and what needs to be done over a period of time, like you and Commissioner Creighton and your other fellow commissioners did with county government, putting together a plan to slowly but surely bring Canton to the same kind of status that Stark County government's in now?
Well, I've been a lifelong resident of Canton and Stark County. I have an overview. Of course, I looked at many issues very, very specifically in the campaign, so I have a good feel for the issues facing Canton. There are numerous issues that are associated with Canton because it's an aging city. I think that if you read closely the comprehensive plan reflects upon all of those issues. It also gives us a plan and a way to proceed into the future. So we have problems, we have challenges, but we also have great opportunities. We have great opportunities with obviously the Hall of Fame Village. We have great opportunities also with the potential for Market Square, for working on and developing out the comprehensive plan, for working with our wonderful arts district. And our foundations and our institutions and so forth. There are so many people really that want to participate and volunteer and help Canton, and I think that we just need to harness all of that energy. Our most immediate challenge is, of course, the budget. We will not have final numbers until December 31, but the temporary budget that was adopted by council last night is based upon the premise that existed as of December 1, and that there is an approximate $4 million shortfall going into 2016. So
is that going to get deeper going forward, or is 2016 going to be the zenith of the deficit? Is it going to be repeated in 2017, do you think, 2017 and beyond?
I cannot make any predictions on that. I think we have to take a look at the revenue side of it. What we need to control immediately and what we control in government, what we attempted to control in county government initially when we had problems is the expenditure side, because as painful as it may be, we still have the ability to control the expenditure side. On the revenue side, it's not easy just to replace or create new revenues and so forth. So that's a longer term issue.
And that really follows the pattern what you did with your other two commissioners with Stark County, is go to work on the expenditure side.
You have to. Again, I mean, we just absolutely have no control over one side, where we do have substantial control over the expenditure side. And again, economic development is going to be the lifeblood of the city of Canton, and we need to do anything and everything that we can to continue income tax stability and growth into the future, and to help for the creation of jobs and businesses in Canton. And we have to open up and put out the welcome mat to anybody and everybody, to all ideas and to all businesses and so forth, because that is the source of revenues that operate all the necessary parts of city government, all the police, fire, and all the other services. So it is just critical.
In our discussion today, you've already referred to your having been a commissioner as a big advantage, becoming mayor of Canton because of all the contacts that you made, people that you deal with regularly. Do you feel that you have, as mayor of Canton, not personally, a stake in who is elected commissioner? There's going to be 2 commissioners elected in 2016. Do you see Canton as, and of course you as being the symbol as a CEO of Canton, weighing in on who becomes Stark County Commissioner in those 2 races?
No, I have no stake in that outcome. I don't think that Canton has a particular stake in that outcome. You know, again, from my perspective and my approach to government has always been that you work with whoever is in office, and I think in my many years in government, wherever it has been, I've had a pretty successful relationship with almost everybody of either party, wherever, in whatever political subdivision. I think we have a great relationship with the other mayors, with the other political subdivisions, our townships and our villages and so forth, and I expect that we will have that relationship with county government regardless of who is elected to the 2 seats which are going to be up for election in 2016.
Okay, well, thank you, Commissioner Thomas Bernabei. Congratulations on your time as commissioner, and best wishes to you as you go into being the chief executive officer, elected chief executive officer for the city of Canton.
Thank you, Martin.